them what we're made of!
You must be in a hurry to find your childhood friend. And also a little worried about him, I suppose. He is such a hothead.
Yes, we're very close, and I do worry about him. With his fierce character, I constantly fear that he'll bring trouble upon himself.
Do you need help from a friend?
See you later.
I certainly hope so.
I'm glad you came to see me. I wanted to talk to you about something.
What is it?
After what happened in High Prairie, I asked some of my contacts to help me locate Eisenach.
Don't you think it's time you turned the page? Your family is safe in Yuxantis now.
You were right to keep me from chasing after him at the time, but he'll never let me be. He'll keep coming after me, just like he's been doing for all these years. He won't stop until he's had his revenge. It's high time I stopped hiding and faced this man, if only to tell him what a piece of absolute shit his son was.
I understand. Did your contacts tell you where to find him?
No. It seems that after the fight, he decided to lay low. But they did pick up a trace of one of the soldiers under his command. Apparently, she's often seen enjoying a pint with her friends near the big clock in Peren. She's sure to know where we can find her commanding officer. You've already helped me so much. Without you, I don't know if I'd have any living relatives left. I'd like to ask you for one more favor. I'd like to ask you to come with me to question this soldier. Then help me find Eisenach. What do you say?
I'd love to, but unfortunately now is not the time. Maybe later.
Of course. We'll talk about it again when you have time. Good Lord, Fausta! Why did she throw herself on the General? Not that I don't understand why she wanted to kill him, that's obvious. But we would have learned so much more if she'd held her hand. And now we have to get her out of prison again.
Goodbye, Ludwig.
Bye. Take care.
It looks like a small group is making their way towards the ruins. And judging from their dress, I'd say they're your countrymen.
Should we follow them?
The group that we spotted from afar must have climbed up this rope. But we can't use it.
We need to open this door. There must be a passage to the upper floors behind it. Fire's been lit and the door's open. Well done.
Do you feel this weight? A feeling that the air has become thick and sticky.
No, but I'm not known for my affinity with nature or magic. I would rather refer to your gifts on the subjects. Would you like to take a look at the surrounding area to see what might be causing it?
Look. These passageways are covered in some sort of oily substance. It's been soaked into the earth and seems to be smothering it. It's everywhere. This site is choking with pollution, and I feel a great presence of corruption. For what reason do my people find themselves here? Some of them must also feel all of this. These look like mining tunnels. It reminds me of what happened on Tir Fradi. And this place is also polluted.
Avradiren, Ahiren, Tuig Suisim Neda. Sag Vregandi Renaikse, Oleida Horgines Luchtos, Agasidines Diri, Dani Esa es Radeda Dive Dent. Quano? Skrip me de Bleichem an Betrecham Nama. Ene vermede, Sag, Nas Laue.
Espedani nama vredole luchtom. Farwedas qua hangom.
Na, es wir Nilan. Nasientem anetium freguneutas.
Quenuitoem.
Es kene maru reideis. Amaloidem anamantem nama.
Siempen nauidi quesemen.
Som meestra dei, de hebertidi deis. Vregum seda nees dir, nees enna.
Sovek bine dames kair enamandem ane kred. Komole vore dames ne sluchton.
Na kred ed. Taurebad ad katrog.
Eso leg dis londi doktor. Klede Nilanem.
Oriden ger. Orectus. Na crednem, et olmar.
Ah, Nilan. Es lauen me emberden a welvara squad.
Ole kata garantan renaiksa. Regam evreidachtam da radidau in windjechtem. Did you go home? Did you warn our people of the menace that weighs on our heads?
Yes, do not worry. We were able to inform them and give them the remedy. I also saw the Tierna again, who has given me a new mission. She wants us to put an end to Gurnaz's plans. I heard about the attacks. What did you do while we were gone?
I attempted to unite as many of our people as possible. I was able to convince a great many to join us in the fight against the Loins. We carried out several attacks on caravans, forts as well. We did everything we could to slow the enemy's plans, to give you enough time to take the remedy to our people.
It appears that you have become the chief of this new clan.
My voice is not the steadiest, and it's not always easy to choose the right words. But in spite of this, most of them listen to me, it is true. These people were torn from our island and thrown onto this sick land, treated like beasts. They feel impure and sad, and furious as well. But they know that I am here for them and will not abandon them. I do not know if I am their chief, but I am their Donegat. That is certain.
You should join us, Nilan. We'll need you if we're going to fulfill the mission that Mev gave me.
I thank you, Ridengar. Truly. In spite of all our differences, you are my only link to the life I led before. But I cannot join you. Not now. Come. I need to show you something. You will understand why. Look.
You've decorated this place with symbols of our people, as if it were a place of bonding. I can feel the power of this site. But what are you hoping to do here?
The attacks we've been making up until now are insufficient. This General Kurnas still threatens our people and our island. The Tierna Hach sensed it as well. She has sent you back here. And the other Renoixe are no better than him. We are very close to Ulima, their corrupted city. We can see it from here.
Don't tell me that you're planning on bonding with this earth to attack their city.
Nilan, you are putting all of your people in danger by leading this attack. You won't be able to get to Kurnaz, and he will use this act of violence to rally those who've up till now defended you.
You are desperately trying to pay for your faults against my people, Olvida. But you can't make me forget what yours are responsible for. Without the notes, without your tall ships, none of this would have come to pass. Our island and our people would be safe. So why should I listen to you? It doesn't matter what you think. My duty is to my people and my lands. I haven't forgotten that. Leave now. I must prepare the ritual.
Nilan, I'm begging you.
Monas to kariden an kocher. Frovions. MS nama gues daregu. Quedmens aridengar. Teget dem, esra de daharula medidem. Esadet mada nama dagam yom kaidem dat aurebi towigawamen renaixamen varnestir.
Na vrexina Nilan. Esmer.
Esmer ekredem renaixamen namas yes. Snekdent ekrenes garantamen. Everoident amaradi des, emendent orgines luchtos. Madercanes henesem, exreut samel satir malinquidement fregu.
Asmeuns kata vegan geleon sienta de dividach olei dir.
Mo binedem lauer crimoderek, ma seim ovunum enwent gred, anes linquid decassur. Esra deida venau deista sa eniedem da tocomberi agrimoderi.
Na vreg ed. Es satir mor ol es linedau ol sa comesem queni ed ment ladan. Na siein tas valnedi tu sies moil sei.
Es quedrodits, sogna credau ed. Oges arulam meno da regu ed madi.
Radids oleg de he condortam jabaka raid neis dir. Sagna adregs qued. Me ja. Es volad da hadrigaudel. Da veruneis en na varhaskat. Smeunde holeisa jam tege dem olni. Na kredzem es ankanam dat arnt.
Na. Nas jehint adregal. Nauit bujit olre naudenes henesem me. Na cantabeit corda gengu nes diri fradiol mar. Sagradit dam. En mishet he luchton jam veldes esin. Veldes ma toise me doiga.
Ha gwen oi dachtam. Es bronaigent da na veluden. A rennen sadem dat. Es sam qued fregent satir ag renoig sadat. Bud ent ta toise me doiga o leik.
Ones karent me eduven. Contabeit dent oridenger. Contabeit dent marag.
Smeundes quies da he digalam jam ambai randi e renoixa da hollei deis luchtom. Nanna ma arlinandi oleia es essa. Sag bine dandi neis henesem quies moi.
Orlindent niesa. Obinedent neis henesem kene. Vrectes fors meonem de quod ex redu essa. Quid ex red nes ig evera tovi gauiam quenstem.
Traneg duer. Oradai da neis goreem da degedach en eniedi.
Slatidumer de nes dir quies. Quod siens tocomberi quis seis samel sa?
Smeundes de hulei neis luchtos jam sientem vredi comolei. Coidandi oleisa ja farber dendent, neudam da chroidident var, ma farwet sa towigau. Coidandi tag niman irmertan ole vorenam begiam berskat.
Es vir. Nas meundu dent.
Es morkedem. Farwat tapadar to da regu frusumen ja es kavenek drog. Es komen ikbalikat.
Ja. Es sa kommen mat kom. Koldem elorgem en ulgunem dob armalochtum.
Nasra hever de remau et nimum, echte habertam ded da noidam. Como le sientem diwedach cornazi. For var shade dead, vrek for smeunem de sagmerachtam a komfrangni voredni.
Es forlad es virto. Es forlad da oredines luchtos cohoil.
Toi gan Nilan. Como le vregame sed.
I would like to go and see our people who are not bonded. I don't want them to think that I abandoned them. Are you well?
How do you think we are, Nilan? When so many of our own walked headlong into pointless death by your doing. You fell back at the last moment. But what do you think happened to all of those who were convinced to follow?
I am sorry.
Nilan thought he was doing right. And I am sorry for your friends, but they each made their own choice. Alas, there is no point in regretting choices made. We must look to build the future.
Thank you for taking up my defense, Ridengar. But they are not wrong. Without my fiery speeches, this never would have happened. If it takes my entire life to repair the consequences of my madness, I will do it. I promise you that.
What do you plan to do now?
I believe that we'll stay here. We cannot leave this place unguarded. It's far too powerful. And one day, perhaps we will succeed in purifying it, to return to this earth a form of peace.
And I believe that I know what we can do. On Tir Fredi, I was a member of the Beroig Nodas clan. And even if I do not have the strength and wisdom of Dunkas, our Mal, I remember certain purification rituals. However, I do not believe I can do this alone. I am going to need help. Notably, I need help from other members of my clan.
We are going to help you. Aren't we? Your friends in this country should be able to make this possible. No?
We will think on this and we will try and find a way. Yes.
And what are you going to do?
The Tierna Hark asked me to perform a ritual in order to communicate with the continent without bonding to it. We hope to find a way to foil the plans of Kurnas, the man threatening our people.
In that case, it's my turn to ask you to be careful. May the earth carry you, always.
Here's the coast. We'll finally be able to set foot on land.
To attack the best.
I remember the feelings of joy mixed with sadness that I felt when we came here for the first time. Surrounded by our own, I felt safe, even though I saw to what extent they had suffered to make a life here.
Memories are a strange thing. I remember Laden being so kind. Then the attack. Suddenly transforming into a beast, and everything grew confusing.
We must finish the preparations for the ritual. The time has come.
Now I'm going to have to buy some new armor.
The Guardian's head has been honorably prepared and placed. We may now begin the ritual.
Ato olcam frangi e brandi ole hanememen. Ades dama mam. Linquid dam da veru evridanas te hanemo avelu data lugedan. Klus data hauan buledi data ragam kengu entagamem. Qua en anemam har sa eniedi.
My dear, you gave us quite the scare. You'd fallen into a sort of catatonic state that made us think you might be dying.
I'm well, even if I am exhausted and disorientated. What I felt is difficult to describe. I was Laden. Suddenly I felt my body shredded in an explosion of terrific rage. Then I was that rage, and I became something else. I was immense. My roots digging into the depths of the earth, my peaks touching the sky. But I was wounded and full of hatred, and then I saw myself. Tiny, sitting here, as if hiding in a shard of my past powerful greatness.
It was violent. Terribly so. spirit of the continent. Gakan is of a completely different nature than on Milfrichtemen. A vengeful and destructive will devours it entirely. I am not surprised that anyone binding with it is transformed immediately.
That's it. I was all of Gakan. And I was full of infinite suffering, as if thousands of needles were piercing my skin. I felt violated and dying, as if some horrifying illness had infected me.
I sensed in my mountaintops the place where I wanted to bond. Something there continued to draw from my power.
You're describing this as if you truly felt it. I am so sorry for you. It must have been horrible.
You're going to need to rest after this. Did you see anything that could help us anticipate Kernaz's next movements?
Yes. Other than the caverns, I felt certain places as if they were my own internal organs beating with energy. I suppose that these are places of power. Places where bonding rituals might be performed as well.
I know this might be a stupid question, but do you think you could locate them?
Would you know how to find your heart? Yes. I felt where they can be found. One of them we know already. It's the one on the lands of the congregation, near the border with your country. There were others beyond there. I don't know how they are called, but I could show them to you on a map.
I suggest we notify the Dutan Embassy to ensure that these powerful places are properly guarded.
Excellent idea, Ludwig. Even if it would be risky for Kernaz to send men directly into the heart of enemy territory.
Agreed. Since it only requires a small detachment of men to create one of these creatures, surveillance would not hurt.
Alas, there were also several on these lands. And these could be easily exploited by the General. There were two twins. One a great chasm to the north of Olima, a cancer in my flesh, and the other touched my peaks. I imagine that it's a mine near another site of ruins in the mountains. There was another to the north, still within my entrails, near a long, wet scar.
You're speaking of the Tyne Canal, I think. There are numerous Astrian ruins in the region. This place must be one of them.
That is possible. There are so many, my head is spinning. Concerning the twin sites, I believe the one in the mountain heights is where Nilan bonded himself. We know there was a mine nearby. That's probably the other twin site. It was leaking pus, much more wounded than the others.
Till, Safia, do you know this mine?
That would be an old copper mine. I think it's abandoned.
I concur. Production was stopped years ago. The copper was eventually depleted after centuries of exploitation.
Yet, still I sensed that something was going on there. We should go and see.
I agree. I felt the same thing. As if something were stretching me.
Kernaz chose this place to continue his research, and it will be heavily guarded.
And your vision of the ruins near the border?
It was a place like the others. I just recognized it more easily because we had been there. Great battles were fought there in ancient times, weren't they?
Yes. The war between the Empire and the free cities, supported by the congregation, spilled over all the way to those lands. The earth must still be drenched in the blood of the poor soldiers who perished there.
Yes. There was so much blood spilled.
Perhaps. But we went there and a ritual was already performed. It wouldn't seem an urgency to return.
Yes. It's to the mines that we should go first. Something is going on there. Alas, these guards won't let us enter without a fight.
The guards matter not. If they refuse to let us in, attack them, I say. They were given orders to kill us on sight, weren't they?
It wouldn't be too difficult to avoid these idiots. We could, for example, take the passage on the right over there, treading very lightly.
Come on now, fellows. There's no time to snooze. Remember what they said. Oi! You've no business here. Move along, that's an order. The savages here won't be leaving. If you don't want to join them, I suggest you go back to wherever you came from. I think we've been clear. If you want to keep all your teeth and not end up under rocks next to your kin, then just leave.
What are you talking about? Who is in the mine?
The other savages that work here, of course. Don't take us for fools. You know why you've come.
We must enter, and nothing you say will dissuade us.
To arms!
Show them what we're made of! I can't do it.
Is all. An entire battery of guards at the entrance, and now practically no one. What are they up to in this old mine?
I can't explain it, but I do feel like we're close to the place of power I felt in my vision. But it feels like it's deeper, as if it were sunk into the earth.
Hey, what do you think you're doing here?
Hello? What are you doing here? I got this feeling trouble just walked in.
We were able to convince the guards to let us in. They're fond of Teofradian delicacies.
Smart. I thought they'd never let anyone in. You must really be something.
We have a few questions about what's going on here. Could you help us?
I can try.
Seeing all the guards they had at the entrance, I was expecting to find more people here. What has happened?
The mine hasn't been exploited for a long time, you know? They perform experiments now. With their scientists. At least, they were doing experiments. Ever since the earthquakes, though, they've been leaving.
Do you know what's causing the earthquakes?
No, I don't have any idea. Maybe a gallery collapsed.
We're looking for Islander prisoners. Do you know where they are?
They were taken to the place the savants locked off at the bottom of the mine. But I don't know exactly where. I don't have a right to go there.
How do we get to the part of the mine used for experiments?
You'll need to go and talk to the supervisor. She built the double bridge below. There was also another gallery that led there, but we were asked to wall it off. Maybe you could open it up again. I don't know.
Thank you for telling us what you know. Farewell.
Good luck to you.
We could take the secondary gallery by destroying the wall in order to get to the place where the prisoners are being held.
What are you doing here? How did you get in? Those guards don't let anyone past them.
We had no choice but to kill the guards outside. We had to know what was going on down here.
You going to kill me too? I haven't done anything.
No. Please tell us what is happening here. Isn't the mine supposed to be abandoned?
Yes, but we aren't mining for copper anymore. Some general from the city decided it was the ideal location for his experiments.
What kind of experiments?
No idea, really. All I can tell you is that it involves islanders and a lot of giant lizards.
And what are you doing here?
My men and I have been paid to shore up the mine. Modify it to fit their strange ideas. But today we're here more to clean up after them. It seems like they've finished whatever it is they were doing.
Are you certain you can't tell us any more about the experiments carried out here?
No, they do their research at the bottom of the mine. It's off limits to us. All I can tell you is there were many deaths, and ever since, the earth trembles now and again. Some say they created a monster down there. Most of the savants left after that.
Where were the native prisoners taken?
I'm fairly certain you'll find them in the main gallery. It's where we were told to put the rest of their materials.
Do you know why they were brought here?
Poor souls, I think they were used in the experiments. And when those savants left the mine, the prisoners were abandoned like scrap. They're in the area next to the raised bridges you'll find at the entryway, but it's off limits for us. We're not allowed to go past the double bridge.
We must free them. I need you to lower this bridge immediately. It is the only way to get where we need to go.
I'll do it, but promise me that you won't hurt me. I'm going to go down now and lock the second bridge, all right? Please, just stay here to lower the first one when the others set.
Oh, why did they have to go and put the second lever down in the pit with all those guards? Fighting them in there is going to be a nightmare.
Let's see if there isn't some way to avoid confrontation.
More mutilated cadavers. Beast and man, side by side. This is monstrous. These Renaikse are truly brutes.
Why try to tame these creatures? What were they hoping for? That it might teach them a way to tame us as well?
Seems these savants continued the research that we interrupted in High Prairie, and have pushed their evil yet further. They carry out experiments to break the wills of the Donegada any way possible. They use torture to force them to finish their ritual. They hope their broken spirits will pass to the Guardians.
I hate these Renaikse with all my heart. What madness pushed them to do this to other human beings? I can't believe that fear of the General made them this way. They had to already have rotten hearts to begin with.
We must free the prisoners held here. We must end these vile experiments.
Poor Lewolans. They've been locked up, mistreated. They must be both desperate and enraged.
We could free them. But after having suffered so much, they might come after us.
In that case, let's deliver them from their misery. It would be better they die free than suffering in...
I can't do it.
Oh, I miss the sea terribly. Just the idea of sinking down into the earth. It makes me sort of landsick.
can't do it.
Look, prison cells. That must be where our people are being kept.
No! Leave! Or you too will die!
Something is coming. What the?
Guardian! Let's show them what we're made of!
trail of death and desolation behind it if it had been released in Dooton. We should liberate the prisoners and leave.
We are of a like mind.
You killed it. I didn't think it was even possible. Thank you. You saved all of us.
You have no need to thank us. We have come here to stop a madman. He is responsible. What happened here?
These lions brought us here to torture us. And they wanted our Tonegada to bond to this place. They managed to get one of them to transform suddenly into this horrifying guardian. Then they tried to control it as best they could. But the creature killed many men, and they abandoned their efforts. Most of their savants fled, and just left us locked down here. 2 of them stayed behind and were killed yesterday. Nobody has come down here. We were left to starve or to be eaten by the Guardian. If you know how to decipher their writing, they scribble most everything down they do, especially the atrocities. You might learn something more.
We do indeed know how to read their writing. It is how we knew to come here. We must stop them from creating more corrupted guardians.
It's time for us to be going. I'm eager to see the light of day and breathe fresh air.
Of course. You can take the lift to go back up to the surface. We took care of the guards. No one will stop you.
Thanks. That's such a relief. I was convinced we were going to die down here. I don't know where we'll go now. But at least we are free and alive.
I know a friendly village inhabited by people from our homeland. I helped found it, not far from here in the mountains. You will be welcome. Like you, the people there have been through great trials and suffering. But they are happy now and live in peace.
That would be a dream come true. Can you help me find this village?
It's near here. Go round the mountain, following the river towards Olima. Look for the ruins of an ancient temple. You'll find a path to the village.
Thank you so much. May the art carry you always.
This document confirms our worst fears. Most of the savants here were sent to another location to continue their research a few weeks ago. They say that they are looking for subjects devoid of the natural savagery of the islanders and more accustomed to following orders. I fear the worst. They say they're closing in on their objective and headed to Dutton. They're returning to the ruins in High Prairie.
We should have guessed that he'd end up going back there. Its proximity to the Empire is too tempting.
They're looking to blame their monstrosities and to provoke a complete war between all nations.
We must put an end to this madness and return to High Prairie before they manage to spawn a new Guardian. But we need to warn the Imperial Ambassador and our allies of the Congregation. Their support could prove vital if we want to keep Kurnas from starting his war.
My dear, our allies are, alas, too slow to pull the trigger. I fear we'll be forced to stop this new monstrosity by ourselves.
Let us put an end to the General's plans, once and for all.